I shouldn't... I just shouldn't look. I really shouldn't. Crew advancement available. As you lead your team through the shadows, your companions will continue to develop and learn new skills. Clicking the icon in the lower right-hand corner of the screen will open the crew advancement menu. When this icon is highlighted, one or more of your companions is eligible to learn a new combat skill. At each advancement level, you may choose one of 2 possible combat skills for each of your runners. Choose wisely. Now, this was a thing... I think they... I want to say they introduced this in Dragonfall. I'm pretty sure they did. Or in the Director's Cut, sorry. There may not have been 2 choices, and it may have just been, and it may have just been... It may have been something a little simpler than this, but this is a really great improvement on Shadowrun Returns and the original Dragonfall, is that you can actually customize your crew so that they fill more of a specific role. So, for example, Gobbet is a rat shaman, but she has a lot of different abilities we can pick. One of which I believe is all summoning related, and then there's another one that's more like passives and I guess gun related. It's a really interesting system and probably a great addition to this game, honestly, especially when like originally shaman, mage, and like the classes, and that was it, and there wasn't a whole lot of variation, and you didn't really get to choose what your team was. So if you chose a team like I did in Dragonfall, which was like shaman, shaman, sniper, or shaman, sniper, and adept, if the shaman and the sniper filled very similar roles to your player character, which it did for mine, there wasn't really any variation to it. Now there is, which is really good. So, Gobbet spends more time at the firing range, increasing her ranged combat skill and the SMG specialization by 1. Okay. Spirits will never break away in the first 2 rounds after summoning them. Okay, that's pretty significant. Ooh. Spiritualist territoriality. Okay, so this is more gun focused with her magic being zoning, and this is more actually using actively summoning stuff. Okay. Well, seeing as there's no shaman in the group, this would be the better thing to go with, because Wu is the guns. I don't really think this is going to do too much. Like, her job really would be sitting in the back buffing and summoning stuff to attack. So, I think this is going to be the one we choose. Okay. Isabel, what do you got for me? Sabotage and espionage. Okay, so one of these is going to be Matrix related, I would assume. Yep, pretty much. And the other one is going to be physical. So, and we don't really have a physical close range person in the team, which is going to be a bit of a change for me, because in the other 2 Shadowrun games, you always had someone in melee and someone who was really physically tough. I mean, granted, in the rest of this, I'll probably have someone, or probably have the opportunity to pick more for the crew. But I've got to really think about... Gains the Tar Blaster, an upgraded version of Blaster that also sticks enemies in place for 1 round. Tar was really, really effective in the Matrix, I must admit. What's the other one? Isabel's grenade launcher can now fire remote mines. Yeah, that's Okay, you know what? Because I don't have anyone else that can do Matrix stuff, I should probably get her to at least do this, because this is a really... Like, I don't know if the attack programs have changed, so the things I can summon within the Matrix. But if they haven't, I already have a Tar. But if they have changed, then I still have a Tar, it's just not AoE. And I think yeah, we're gonna go with that. I like that. Ooh, mark target, that's gonna be good. Okay, what have you got? Lethal force or crowd control? Oh, so he can actually be made more melee? Interesting. Duncan's Subdue ability has its cooldown reduced from 3 rounds to 2 rounds. Alright, what have we got to pick from this so far? Duncan gains an assault rifle ability that fires a single shot of incendiary ammo. Does an additional 2 damage and pierces up to 2 armor. Costs 1 AP, cooldown 2 rounds. Duncan gains a rifle ability that does 2 AP damage, hollow, and imbalances targets, making them easy to hit on subsequent attacks. AP damage is king. The only problem I have with this is Audra's really AP heavy if I'm playing Lightning. So, that's still a really good ability, I'm not gonna lie. And I think I'd honestly prefer the AP and Stumble, or, yeah, Stumble, rather than the Dot. It does deal a little bit more damage. Pierces armor. Should I leave the AP burning to Audra? That's really the question here. You know what? I'm not going to do that yet. What I am going to do is try and find this goddamn magic place. Hopefully because Hawaii has opened up to me, maybe now I can get some magic, maybe? Oh, there's more people to talk to. Oh, yes. Yes, please. Yes? Yeah, this looks like it. Crafty Sue. Shu? I can't remember how to pronounce XU. A mild scent, sweet and slightly herbal, is the first thing you notice upon entering the old shop. Its quarters are cramped, made smaller by the display cases, and furniture packed inside. The walls are lined with bookshelves, and the tables and chairs are stacked with old tomes. A few titles jump out at you. Lucid Dreaming, an exploration of the inner self. Dream Logic, Nocturnal Visitations. I hope this isn't Shaman only, that would be a disappointment. Overall, the place feels lived in, if disorganized. Not quite cluttered, but close. Sounds like a really good description of my room now that I look around. Milling at the front of the store is the shopkeeper, lost in a book of her own. She's tall for a human, probably close to 2 meters in height. Jesus. Her physique is typically bookworm. Not overweight, but you can't see any muscular definition either. A wraparound tattoo covers her upper arms and shoulders, but from where you're standing, you can't quite make it out. She fidgets. Gradually, her eyes rise from her book and lock onto you. Welcome. Don't believe I've seen you before. She sets down her book and sweeps a strand of black and pink hair behind her ear. Name's Crafty. Audra. Nice to meet you. She shakes your hand firm. Her grip is surprisingly... She shakes her hand. Her grip is surprisingly firm. So, Audra, what can I do for you? I've got spells. Yes. Alchemical reagents. Foci. Whatever you want, really. Might have to do some digging to find it, but if it's magical, it's around here somewhere. First things first. Show me your wares. Okay. Outfits. So that's just an increase in armor. What's my current stuff like? Apparently I'm not wearing anything. Either that or I can't see it. Oh well. We don't really need to, look at that at the moment. Chain Lightning. I need more spellcasting for that, but let's have a look at it. A bolt of lightning that bounces to the next closest 2 characters. The first bounce has a range of 8 tiles, the second has a range of 6. Okay. So, something that's kind of AoE mana bolt. Mana ball. Wasn't ball lightning a thing? I seem to remember that is. Okay. Okay, we got some good stuff. Lightning bolt, hell yeah. How much money do we have? 2k. Okay, before we make any purchases, before we do anything else, I'm quickly going to check my inventory just to see what's up with outfits and stuff. Basic clothing, so... You know what, I probably do want to get that, shaman outfit. It doesn't give me, like, charisma or anything, so it's not like a waste of money. It's really just armor at the moment. I'd assume that that probably gets better the later you go into the game, but we're going to grab that for 450. Life Siphon. An initiate level blood magic practiced by the mages of Aslan. If target is damaged by this spell, caster gains 4 HP per round for 2 rounds. This gives me a healing dot? Oh my god, that's good. Fuck it, blow all my money on that. Screw haste. Spells. Stun Bolt I don't really need. Like, this does AP damage, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah, Stun Bolt's probably a little bit of a waste, honestly. Well, it's not a waste, but it's not something I should get right now. I don't really need that much diversity. Well, I need more diversity than stuff that, like, kind of clogs up the spell book. I could get Aim. Honestly, it's probably not a bad idea. No one has Strip Armor, though. You know what? I'm just going to confirm this for now. Oh, good. This is actually much better in terms of, like, moving things around and that. Before you had to, like, click and... There was a lot more, like, useless clicking with the inventory, so it's nice to see they've actually cleaned that up a lot. Yeah, let's talk to Crafty a little bit before I take a quick break. Say, Crafty, have you had any vivid dreams lately? Her face is unreadable. Her eyes lock onto yours. As a matter of fact, I have, Audra. But we all get the occasional vivid dream. Nothing special there. Gesture to the books on the tabletop. Really? Then why are you reading up on them? She flicks her wrist dismissively. Sure, it's a little weird that we're having them, but these types of dreams are common in the walled city. Nothing to get all worked up about. Probably. They're common. Explain. She nods. Common as a cold. My mother devoted her life to researching the walled city and the magical phenomena within it, so I grew up with stories about the city. The recurrent creepy dreams being one of them. I've never been inside the walled city myself, but Mum went in pretty regularly and experienced the dreams. Where's your mother now? Dead. Mum was interesting, but not praiseworthy. That was surprisingly cold. Is this your store, or do you just work here? Tell me about yourself. What else do you know about the walled city? Very little. Just that my mother spent most of her time in there, and she shifts her weight, leans onto the counter. Well, it messed her up. Is there something specific you want to know about? I want to know about the people who live there. Or can you tell me about the city? I'm thinking of moving. Walled city residents tend to fall into 2 groups. Those who are threats, and those who are threatened. You're either hunting or hiding. Life is harsh. Just, most people never get out. Now, there's a whole library here that just so happens to be There's a whole library here that just so happens to be the foremost location for walled city text. I'm sure you can fill in the blanks. I get the feeling your relationship with your mother was unusual. I've been thinking about the dreams. Can I ask you something? Go ahead. Why do you think they're affecting people outside the walled city? It's definitely strange. Until now, I always thought the dreams were nonsense, that my mother just had night terrors because of her madness. She props her chin up with her right hand. But now it's really happening. And not just to me, to others around Hoy. Those same psychic forces that drove Mum insane are edging into our subconscious. Lately, I've been wondering if there might have been something to her ravings. Maybe. I've been skeptical for so long, it seems almost blasphemous to consider it. Maybe the walled city's curse is real. She rubs her hand down her face, obviously frustrated. I just don't know. Maybe you can learn something from your mother's journals. Well, you have the means to find out. Of all the people here, you have the greatest advantage when it comes to investigating these dreams. That's true, but My mother's notes are scattered all over the shop. Most of her research is scrawled in the margins of the books that you see on the shelves and piles and stacks all over. The clues we need to figure this. The clues we need to figure this thing out could be in one of these volumes, and there are thousands of them. I have a bad feeling about these dreams, Crafty. If there's anything we can do to get to the bottom of it, we need to take that opportunity. I actually want to really get into those, actually, because that was... Especially because it's a new thing. Like, there weren't any, like, cutscenes in the original Shadowrun, so, like... Not only are we seeing dreams and, like, experiencing dreams, but they're also in cutscenes, so they stand out a lot to me, and I feel like that juxtaposition of them not being there and suddenly being there, and being a new thing, means that, no, these are important. You should be paying attention to these. So, yeah. She sighs, straightens up. Yeah, I know what I have to do. It's just... Damn, look at them all. She tiredly looks down at the books she was reading earlier. Guess I won't be finishing this one anytime soon. Alright, Audra, I'm going to get started. Now. But it'll take time. The House of Five Phases is jammed with from floor to ceiling with books, and any one of them could hold valuable information. Check in once in a while, and I'll share my findings with you. Sure thing, keep me updated. You're doing the right thing, all blah 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 blah. She clucks her tongue and points a finger at you. Will do. I'd like to see your wares. Actually, yes I would, because I'm just going to quickly sell this. It's only 25 bucks, but gotta get something for it. Yeah, I think we're gonna leave Crafty alone for now. See you around. Okay. Well, for everyone on stream, I'm gonna take a really quick break. And for everyone on YouTube, I shall see you all in the next part. Okay. Flexen's still here. I feel like he's gone. Nope. Someplace asleep who's here, though. Welcome. I'm sorry I didn't say hi before. I was kind of absorbed in everything that's going on. I get really into Shadowrun games, so it tends to happen. Either way, I'm going to take a really quick break, just to go to the toilet and whatnot. And when I return, I should be playing this for another hour or so, maybe? Probably more like half an hour or something like that. I've got to head off soon anyway. But, yeah, don't go anywhere. I'll be back in a second. Or, I'll be back in a minute.